Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. I'm YouTube famous. I'm a booty guru. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2025 or 27. The album, or 31, or 42, or 47, because I'm 47. The album, Dad. AF. Rock on, gold dust woman. Okay, let's get into this video. But before I do, this is a sponsored video, and I am so excited. I just want to say this before I get into this video. As many of you know, I do not do sponsorships with companies that I cannot endorse their products. And many companies I will say, hey, send me your product, and if I like it, sure, we'll do a sponsorship. About 95% of those companies are like kick rocks, okay? Which is always interesting to me, because if you stood behind your product, then you would send me your product because you believe in it so much that you would say, sure, we'll send you our product, and you will love it. And Scentbird did that. And Scentbird is sponsoring this video today. I want to thank Scentbird. They've actually become one of my new favorite things. I should probably put it on my favorites videos that I do over my review channel. So let me tell you how this all went down first, okay? They reached out to me initially. I did a sponsorship with them months ago, right? And I had heard kind of mixed reviews about Scentbird. So I was sitting here and I was telling my husband about it, and my husband Alex was like, oh, I've always wanted to try that. I think it's really cool. And I'm like, really? Well, I had heard mixed reviews about like how long it takes for things to get there, and that, you know, blah, 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 blah. They can't cancel after you like sign up for it. You can't cancel if you don't want to do it again, and all these kinds of things, which is pretty typical of a lot of subscription services. So, and I explained all this in my last sponsorship. I went in and I created an account for my husband after they'd already sent me the products, and I started a subscription for my husband, and then I canceled it after we did our order, never got charged again, and the products came literally right away. So I was like, okay, I can stand behind these products 100%. So let me show you what they are. They're really, really cool, and I've used them in a way that I didn't expect them, okay? So it's a subscription service for scents. Not common scents, but scents, okay? And that means like colognes, perfumes, and now they also have skincare. And they sent me this skincare, which is Nuria Hydrator Revitalizing Jelly Night Treatment. Now, I have not used this, but I just wanted to show you in the box and how cool it was. And so you can go in there and you can pick out how many products you want to get a month. If you want to get it every month, you can try it for 1 month and cancel it. You can do whatever you want. You can get, you know, several of these things. So here, this is the one of the creams. Family friendly. It's one of the creams that they sent, and you can get, they now have skincare products on there. Oh, this is very, very cool. It's like a jelly. I love that Galantis song, by the way, Peanut Butter and Jelly. Do you guys like that song? Okay. Oh my God. That smells like going to bed at night. Family friendly. So anyway, they sent me this, and then they also asked me, and they said, which products do you want? And I asked for, oh shoot, Dolce & Gabbana the one, because my husband wears that, and Burberry London, because he wears that one as well. And I already have enough of them, because I have one in my car. So let me just tell you, okay, here's how they come. They come in these little packages. And then they come in these little bottles right here. Very pretty. Each one is a different color. Here, I will show you. So one is green, one is gold. Can you see the difference there? One is like pink colored, and the other one is black. So here you can see. Very, very cool. And so here they are, and you, let's see. I don't know if I'll know what this is, honestly. Oh, this is Burberry. So I should know my husband's scents a little bit better, but I do know that this is Burberry. Oh God, I love that Burberry London. Okay, so this is where it's so fantastic. It fits in your purse, it fits in your messenger bag, it fits in your pocket or whatever, okay? Now, I keep one in the side thing of each of my, like, doors of my car, because my good Judy Tanya, she's always like, listen, she's into all the unisex scents, right? So she's like, always like, for years, she's been like, we're going in somewhere, she's like, do you have any cologne, do you have any of that, do you have any of that? I'm like, so now I keep it over there, and she's got some over there that she can spray whenever she wants, and I also gave her one, so she can keep one in her purse. So anyway, but these are fantastic, so I will link their website below. Thank you so much. Like I said, it is a sponsored video. But I truly 100% believe in these products. I love them. So please go check them out. I promise you, you will love them too. Okay, let's get in. Woo! to this video. That was supposed to be 30 seconds. It was 4 minutes. That's what you get with a Peter Monn sponsorship. So if you want me to sponsor something and you really believe in your product, email me. Okay. So let's get into this video today. This video is a Q&A. Why, you might ask, this is a Q&A? This is a Q&A because I am traveling currently, if you're watching this, to San Diego, California to visit, I can't speak. Oh my God, I have done so many things today. To visit my brother-in-law, who we call Fufu, that's his nickname. Don't ask, it's an old nickname from years ago. And his girlfriend, Jessie. I cannot wait. We're gonna have so much fun. They're gonna be in my vlogs. We're gonna vlog the whole trip, so if you guys wanna see the trip, come over to my vlog, it's over there. I will also be reviewing things in San Diego. Okay, let me get into my questions. So I put on Instagram that I was doing a Q&A, and I asked you guys to ask me if you had any questions, and you guys sent me a whole bunch of questions. Here they are, and I screenshot them, and I'm just gonna go through, and if there are questions that I haven't received before on previous Q&As, I'm gonna probably go in and answer them. The thing that's interesting about my Q&As, okay, so when I watch other people's Q&As, it's like, what's your favorite cologne? What's your favorite color? My Q&As are things like, when you first got sober in 1994, was it important for you to have a support network? And if so, I mean, they're so in-depth and I love it. So thank you guys so much. And the majority of the people that respond are people that watch my vlogs and really know the ins and outs of my life anyway. So thank you for that, I appreciate it. Okay, I need to, first of all, go in here. And I thought I already did this. Change the brightness so it'll just stay on the question. Okay. So here we go. Get ready, because this is going to probably be a long video. I'm just saying. I like to talk, and I like questions. Okay. You ready? Cheers. Okay. Oh, my husband. How much do you love Alex? I love my husband to the moon and back. I love him so much, and I'm so excited that we get to spend a week together, just the two of us. Well, and them, but I mean, you know, like in a hotel and stuff. Okay. What is the biggest lesson you've learned this year? Okay, that is from Whoopie Socks. Hey, Whoopie Socks. Okay, so that's a really, really great question. I've really learned a lot of really valuable questions. I really learned a lot of really valuable lessons in the last year. And if you watch my Purisms video, and especially if you watch my vlog, you know I have taken the last year and done just a ton of inventory and evaluation on my life. Who I was in the past, who I am today, who I want to be going forward. So I've learned a lot of really valuable lessons. One of the most valuable lessons that I've learned, I would say, is that your words do affect people. And the way that you speak and the things that you say really do affect people. And so you got to think about that when you're putting things out in the world and you're saying things, you know? And I'm not a perfect example of that, and I'm sure that I will fall on my face in the future. But I hope that I am quicker to learn from it in the future, and I hope that I am more cognizant of what I'm doing as I'm putting things out there in the world. I really do think about that so much more than I ever did in my past. I've really thought about that. The other thing that I've really learned is the definition of what forgiveness really is. I'm going to take this box and put it down here because it's kind of distracting me in the camera. You know, I talked about this on my Peterisms videos, but Oprah had this aha moment where she realized that forgiveness is accepting that the past happened, not that you can change the past or that it was right or what happened to you was right or wrong, but accepting the past how it was, and then asking yourself, now what am I going to do with it going forward? So forgiveness is really removing the resentment from your past, and that has really been valuable to me. You know, I'm somebody that I think much of my life has lived with one foot in yesterday and been like, well, if this hadn't happened, and if this person hadn't done this, and whatever, and let me tell on somebody. It's always so easy in our lives to want to tell on somebody. If you knew what this person did to me, it really doesn't matter, and I've really, really learned that, you know, in the last year, that I got to work on me. You know, if I'm pointing my finger at somebody else, what that means is it's not about three fingers pointing back at me, which is true, but it's about me taking away the time that I could be working on myself. I'm not going to fix this person, and I don't know what their journey is and what all that is about. I got to fix me. I've only got so many days left on this earth to work on myself and be the best version of myself that I can be on a daily basis. I've also learned that serenity and peace is not a luxury to me, and that I get up every single morning And I do meditation and prayer. If you watch my Peter Wisdom's video, like I said, you'll know that. I do that every single morning, and I read meditations on my Peter Wisdom's channel. And it's really been good for me to find a place of peace and serenity in my life so that when things do happen to me, I'm prepared for them. You know, I have this idea of who I want to be in this world, and that there's still a lot of work towards getting to that person, and that's not about success, and that's not about financial gain, and that's not about how many numbers you have on, you know, YouTube or whatever, you know. Much of that, while it is enjoyable, don't get me wrong, and it is validation, at the same time, what I realized, it just doesn't matter, you know. To be able to look at yourself in the mirror, to be able to wake up and maybe think, hey, I might have helped just one person today, or, you know, that you're contributing to the world in a positive way is a much better feeling. The most important lesson I think I've learned in the last year is that no matter what your passion is, no matter what you're excited about, make sure that you know your priorities. My priorities in the last year have, number one, been my sobriety, which has always been in my life, but number two has been my husband, my dogs, my family, my friends, and that has been really important for me to get back to that and realize that all of this is great. YouTube is great, social media is great, the likes, the views, all of that is fantastic, but if you don't have any kind of depth to your life whatsoever, even if that's just being part of a book club or your job that you love, you know, going into work, or I don't know, knitting, crocheting, watching a Netflix show, if you don't have something in your life that you get excited about, you know, that you have some importance to, that makes you feel compassionately inside, then what's the point of all the rest of it, you know? And I've really learned that in the last year, that I needed to get my priorities straight. And I think that there was a period of being on YouTube that my priorities weren't straight. My priorities went my sobriety, YouTube, my family and friends, and that's really how it was. I love YouTube. I feel so blessed to be able to get on here, not on one channel, but on 5 channels on a daily basis and share my life with you, and that you guys share your life in response. I'm overwhelmed when I read my comments, especially on my vlog. People share their stories, they DM me, they email me on a regular basis to the point where I'm overwhelmed and I can't keep up. It's a world I never, ever in a million, I never imagined it would be this. And there's been a lot of negative that's gone with it too, but the joy and it just is just amazing. And I feel so blessed to have that. I don't ever want to lose sight of everything else as well. And I can have it all, and I've realized that. So that was a great question. Thank you, Woofy Socks. Woofy Socks also has a YouTube channel, so go check it out. Okay. What is one book that you think everyone should read? Now, I actually saw this question when it came up, and I thought, oh my God, what a great question. That answer has changed a lot for me over time. I'm not really sure. I do think that there is one book that everyone should read. You know, back in the day, you know, I was quick to jump on this and say this or whatever. I have had so many books change who I am or change my perspective on something at a certain time in life, you know, that I'm not sure that there is any one book that anybody should read. I do think that everybody should have one favorite book, and that is what I would say about that. Everybody should have one personal favorite book that they've read. And if you've never read and you've never had any interest in it, I would suggest trying. You know, there's a lot of really fantastic books out there. One of my friends asked me one time, she said, I don't read and I want to start reading. What should I read? And I said, just go into a bookstore, start picking up books, look on the back and see what pulls you in, you know? And yeah. If there's one book that I think that everybody should read, I guess it's mine that I wrote, but yeah. By the way, I do have a new work in progress. Okay, let's see. Do you watch ASMR videos? I don't, but somebody just recently, oh shoot, I wish I had her name. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue because she commented on my, somebody put it in the comment section below. She commented on my vlog, but she did an ASMR video specifically for me. I thought that was so sweet. Okay, what's the next music festival you plan on going to? Okay, so we are going this weekend, and there's a music festival, but I'm not really sure I'm gonna go. It's a smaller music festival, and I'm kind of thinking I might just hang out in San Diego. I might meet up with Aphrodite, the psychic tarot reader. He's there for TwitchCon. I have some other friends in San Diego that I'm thinking about meeting up with. So it's only 2 nights. They may go do that, and I may do something else, or I may go one night, but I'm definitely not gonna go both nights. So the next huge music festival that I am going to is Ultra Music Festival in Miami, 2020, Bayfront, thank God this year, they moved it back, and EDC in Las Vegas, but I'm not sure how many days I'm going to that. Okay, My husband will be going to all the days, but I don't know. Okay, let's see. Top 5 spooky movies. Oh my God, that's such a great question. Okay, I'm just gonna throw some things out that maybe I haven't ever thought about in a while. Well, Scream, Halloween, but I don't know why this just came to me. The Seventh Sign with Demi Moore. That was really scary back in the day. The Gift, I think it's with Kate Blanchett, maybe. But The Gift is really, really good. Keanu Reeves is in that as well. That was a really spooky movie. And what else? I'm going to pick a series, and I have to say this is one of the TV series that scared me the most. And it's, oh, what is it called? It was the one with Matthew McConaughey and, shoot, why can't Woody Harrelson, two of my, just hubba hubba celebs. I think they are so gorgeous. But it was called True Crime or True Whatever. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And it was like a cold case that they went back and they solved. Oh my God, I was terrified watching that. Okay, have you ever been with a girl? Have you ever been with a girl? They said, no, I have never been. I've been with Ben. No, I've never been with a girl. I don't know any Bens. I mean, I know a few Bens, but I've never been with them. Have I? Okay, I don't think so. But anyway, I have never been with a girl. I am what is called a golden star. But thank you for your question. What is your favorite thing to do alone? Nap. I love to nap. You guys know I love my naps. Well, actually, I don't do that alone because now Boo Radley is napping with me, and he comes up and he sleeps on Alex's pillow, which doesn't always make Alex happy. He's like, get off my pillow. But yeah, Boo Radley and I take naps in the evenings together when Alex is like catching up on his TV shows with Tucker and Pee-Pee. Okay, New Orleans or Portland to visit? Portland, definitely. One of my very best friends from high school, she and I actually have the same birthday, and she's a year behind me. She lives in Portland, Oregon, and I have been wanting to get out there and visit her for 30 years, and I haven't. Well, not 30 years, she hasn't been out there 30 years, but 25 years, and I have not made it out there. So, if you had to move to one place or the other, Seattle or LA, well, I've never been to Seattle, but I definitely wouldn't move to LA. LA has nothing that I want out there. I know people love LA, and it's very this, and it's very that. I really thought when I got on YouTube that if I ever wanted to be something on YouTube, which I don't even know what that means now, that I would have to be in LA, but I don't believe that to be true whatsoever, and I don't believe that to be true if you want to start a YouTube channel, no matter what age you are, you know? And I've always kind of been like attracted to the actresses that didn't live in Hollywood, like Jessica Lange. I think she does live in LA now, but she forever lived on a farm in, you know, Minnesota. And Sissy Spacek lives in Virginia, I think. You know, and all these people that didn't like play into that game. You know, and I really liked that. Who's the couple, the magical royalty couple of, what's her name? Oh my God, my husband would kill me. Gossip Girl, her and her husband, you know what? They live like in a farm in upstate New York. Ryan Reynolds and, oh gosh, that's like my husband's favorite actress. He loves that show, Gossip Girl. Okay. Who is your most random celebrity crush or someone you think is cute but most people don't? Oh, that's good. Well, I think Philip DeFranco is really hot, okay? I don't know why, okay? But I just sit there and I watch his videos and I'm like, he is so cute. But I'm like very attracted to somebody that keeps me entertained, right? So if I'm sitting there and I'm watching something and I'm like, this person's really smart, or like I could just sit there and have a conversation I could have a conversation with them for hours. Like that is very, like that's sexy to me, right? And I think that's one of the things with my husband and I, like the conversation never gets dull, it never gets boring, you know? Random celebrities. Well, Woody Harrelson, I think would surprise people. My big celeb crushes are Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey, Brad Pitt. I mean, they're the ones everybody would guess. Oh my God, Daniel Craig is my number one. Daniel Craig, oh, number one. Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper. I love Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper. I think, like, if I wasn't married, I'd like to be married to Andy Cohen, I think. I think he's just funny and fun, and I don't know, I like him. So, let's see. What is one thing you want to do before you die? I want to go to Fiji, Bora Bora. That's like on my dream bucket list. I don't love flying. I don't know how I would do it. But I'm thinking about maybe we're trying to save a lot of money and maybe do that for my 50th, which is in 3 years. It's just, like, you know, that's, I read pirate ship movies when I was a kid, or books when I was a kid. I watched all those movies. I watched Blue Lagoon when I was a kid, which takes place there supposedly. You know, like, I know when I was a kid, but I did. But anyway, and so, you know, like, that's something I've always wanted to do. I don't really have tons and tons of bucket list things that I feel like I have to do before I die. But that is definitely one of them that I want to do. What is your favorite meal to make at home? You guys, I don't cook, okay? So macaroni and cheese, hands down. What is your favorite tradition for Christmas? Well, this is kind of sad. My favorite tradition for Christmas was always getting dressed up on Christmas Eve and either going out to eat with after my mom passed away, we always went out to eat with my aunt and uncle and my cousin and her husband and son. And then when my mom was alive, we would have a very serious, like not serious, but a very dressy sit down dinner at my aunt's house. We would have like beef Wellington or something like that. And you know, we don't do that anymore. I still see my cousin on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day if she's in town. And we try to keep that up. But now I go over to Alex's house, and I will say that the Venezuelan traditions of Christmas are fantastic. We like, Santa Claus comes at like midnight. We have dinner then, and then we don't even open presents until midnight, and it goes to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's been really fun to like change traditions. But having that been that I did that for, you know, so many years of my life, it was just, I think 3 years ago maybe, that we went to dinner with my aunt and uncle for the last time ever for Christmas. So, you know, I miss that. It's like, you do something for your entire life and then it's not there anymore. So I miss that, yeah. Okay, Small Town Girl said, will you adopt me? I have very strict rules. I don't know that you would like them. Okay. A Very Curious Place asked, if you could do it all again, would you still make videos? Oh my God, absolutely, 100%. This has changed my life. I don't know if I'm real emotional today or what is going on. Y'all know I cry in videos left and right. YouTube has changed my life. And, you know, there have been so many fantastic, I mean, I could literally sit and make a video just about all the learning experiences I've had in the last year, all of the things I've learned since I've been on YouTube, the kindness of strangers, the compassion of people that I will never meet in my entire life that go overboard and say and do nice things for me. You know, just, I just really realized, you know, this is one of the important lessons I've learned through YouTube. If you look for the ugliness in life, you will find it, but if you look for the kindness and the good, you will find it as well. And it's really there, and it's really, like, overwhelmingly there, you know? I think in life, you know, we want to look at, it's one of the reasons why I don't do like hate comment videos, because I would rather focus on the positive comments, you know? And I just, the other night on my vlog, I read all the comments I had received from videos for the last couple days. And I would rather focus on the positive that comes as a result of all of this than as the negative that comes with it, you know? And I try to turn those things into learning experiences. And that's something I've always done in my life anyway. And you know, whenever I call my sponsor up, whenever I'm going through something, whether it's in my personal life or on YouTube or whatever, she always says to me, well, this is an opportunity for growth. And basically saying, are you going to take it? And then if I say, okay, what do I do with this? And she's like, let's get out some pen and paper. Let's inventory it. Let's look at your part in it. And let's see how you can move on and learn from this. So I try to look at everything as a learning experience. YouTube has been so fantastic. You know, it has given me so many opportunities that I never would have had. It never would have had I not ever started YouTube. And to think that I was so scared to do it, you know? And I just sat down one day. I mean, I had made some stupid videos before, but to think that I just sat down one day and I had made a booktube video on my booktube channel, and I was sitting right over there. I remember I was nervous as hell, and I was like, I'm gonna wait 6 months and lose a bunch of weight, and I'm still the same weight now that I was then, 3 years later, you know, 3.5 years later. And I just think, you know, sometimes you just gotta jump and take a risk in life. And I'm so thankful that I did. Okay, the camera's gonna stop, so hold on just a second. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Favorite place to vacation? It is 50-50 between Las Vegas, which I used to pronounce Las Vegas, but I've learned, I was in a vlog one night. So many people have said, like, you say it funny, you say it funny. I'm like, how do I say it funny? And I always said Las Vegas, Las Vegas, Las Vegas. And then one night I was like in a vlog. Those of you that watch my vlogs regularly will remember this. And I was like, Las Vegas, oh, it's Las Vegas. I like got it all of a sudden, right? So it's a fine line between Miami and Las Vegas. But now every time that we go to Miami, we're kind of like looking to prepare to move there because we're trying to get a place there and stay, go back and forth between Miami and Florida. How has your life changed since you started YouTube? Well, I kind of addressed that. She was the same one that asked the other question. Let's see. How do you make the time to have 5 channels on YouTube? I think when you love anything in life, you make time for it. You know, I am somebody that is extremely busy. I have a lot going on. And I make time for all the things I love to do. And I still have time to nap. And there's a friend of mine that thinks this joke is really funny when I get on video, and I'm like, and I still have time to make love to my husband and take a nap and cook for the dogs or whatever, feed the dogs and all that kind of stuff. But it's true, you know, like, and I think that when you love something, you make time for it, even if it's just a little bit every day. But I am blessed to have a lot of free time, and so I just get to make videos, and I feel so blessed about that. Nobody asked this, but I'm just going to say, in case you're curious, I'm not making a 6th channel. You know, like a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not making a 6th channel. That will not be happening. I might change some of my channels up over time, but I would not, I think 5 is a good number. I think for me, you know what is so funny is somebody made this video, and they called it like, Peter Monn is a marketing genius or something. I was like, what is this? And I went and I watched this video. I do watch videos that are made about me. I'll just say, good or bad, I watch them all. Why wouldn't you, okay? Listen, I'm 47 years old. The fact that anybody want to talk about me, okay, is kind of cool, I think. So you got a good opinion about me or a bad opinion, or you don't know me, or you're completely misguided, I'll still watch your video. I watch videos that are made about me. So I was watching this guy's video that he made about me. He was very nice. He was very charming. And he said in there, you know, like, that I was really smart for diversifying and having 5 different channels, because if you like books, you could go walk my... And I had really never thought of it that way. It's just kind of, you know, like something that kind of evolved and happened. I've always been somebody in whatever I'm doing that I just kind of go with my heart and my gut, and it's always typically worked for me, and not always, but I will say when it doesn't work, I quickly revamp it, and I think to myself, okay, what's the mistake here? What's my part in it that I need to take and change and learn and do this different? So yeah, okay. Can you make new merch with family friendly on it? Okay, I have been meaning to get to the merch for a while now. I do have merch, it's listed below. It has several of my sayings on it. But yes, I'm gonna be coming out with some merch, probably, I don't know, holiday time I'm thinking. So I'm working kind of on some designs of what I want that to look like. Listen, it's gonna be anything fancy dancy, okay? But it's gonna have some of my sayings and stuff on it like that. Okay, favorite pizza topping. Well, don't come for me, okay? But I love pineapple on my pizza. I do. And, you know, now that I'm a vegetarian, I usually get, like, onion and pineapple, because I used to get sausage and pineapple. Okay, let's see. It seems like you... Okay, this is from Nikki. It seems like you don't care about what people think anymore. Are you still friends with other drama channels? I'm still friends with a couple of the drama channels. And I will always care what people think about me. You know, when people say, I don't care what other people think about me, I think that is such crap, okay? I think we all care what certain people think about me. And that is one of the ways that I've realigned myself in the last year, is that I really care a lot about what my husband thinks, what my best friend thinks, what my family thinks about me. I care about what the people that watch my channel and really are invested and have watched me for a long time, what they think about me. I don't really care what the people that don't like me, because I realize I'm probably not going to change their opinion, and everybody has a right to their opinion, so I'm not going to change that, you know? And as far as the other stuff, you know, I'm just kind of over here doing my thing. Like, I just want to be able to make videos, do my thing. It's why, like, if I'm on Twitter, I'm like, just, hey, having a great day doing this, you know? I don't want to get into all of that on Twitter. I did at one point on being on YouTube, and it really was toxic and emotional for me personally, and I just couldn't handle it, and I just don't want to do that anymore, you know? So, yeah. But yeah, I'm still friends with several of the drama channels. Are there any stories that you've shared on your vlog that you really regret mentioning? Oh, that is such a good question. I don't think so. I don't think I do. I mean, the vlog is just so cathartic for me, and it's just, you know, a really great way for me to share, like, who I am in my life and things that are happening to me, things that have happened. You know, yesterday I shared some really deep stories on there about my dad and I when I first got sober, and it was really, really great for me. The healing of the relationship between my father and I since I've gotten sober has been one of the greatest gifts I've ever received. You know, my dad has been my biggest cheerleader in my life, always. I talk a lot about my mom, but I don't talk a lot about my dad. My dad is a really, really private person. He is asked to stay that way, and he's really super private, and he has, you know, just been my biggest cheerleader in life through it all, and was, you know, at the time that I got sober, was kind of just done and just really disappointed and angry, and just didn't have any faith that I would make it. Didn't believe that I would be alive today. We talked about that recently. I shared that on a vlog. And just the healing of our relationships to the point where it is today is just, I mean, that's one of the greatest gifts of recovery. How long until you will be done writing your next book? Well, that's interesting. I just had a very long conversation with my husband about that last night because I'm getting ready to go into a big phase of writing, and I've been outlining something. I've been working on something. If you've watched my vlog, I've had a couple of different things that I've been working on, but I am ready to dive deep into this next thing. So I don't know. I'm probably about 6 months. I'm really, you know, hoping to finish it around next spring sometime. I'd like to get it done before maybe I go to Miami. So that's my hope. And it's something that I have never talked about on any of my channels, this idea that I'm working on. It's something that's kind of been backburnered for a long time, and I'm very, very excited about it. I love anything creative and, you know, that I'm passionate about it. So I can't wait to dive into that. I am a little worried, and this is what Alex and I were talking about. I'm a little worried about how it's going to affect my, like making videos and all this other stuff, because it's like add one more huge thing onto it too, you know? When I wrote my first book, I wrote it in 3.5 weeks, and I literally wrote it from like 9 o'clock at night till like 5, 6 o'clock the next morning. So I would write it when Alex was going to bed. And I knew it was gonna be done in 3.5 weeks. It had to be done in 3.5 weeks. But this one is a little bit longer. So I'm gonna really have to start structuring and scheduling my life so that I can fit the writing in there, because I do wanna do that. Like, that's really important for me. Let's see. Do you watch Big Brother? I don't watch Big Brother anymore, but what is funny about this is we went to Red Robin the other night, our whole family, and it was Sunday night, and I guess tonight is the finale, and they had on in the background a TV, and I was literally watching the whole thing of the final competitions, you know? And Alex is like, do you still watch Big Brother? And I was like, no, I haven't watched any of this season whatsoever. He was like, have you ever thought about going on Big Brother? And I was like, yeah, but I don't know that I want to be away from you and the dogs for that long and whatever. And he goes, you need to do Big Brother. He was like, you need to apply for Big Brother and do that. He was like, you're one of the biggest Big Brother fans in your entire life. He goes, would you regret if they canceled the show tomorrow and you never got a chance to be on it? And I go, yeah, I think I really would. He goes, I really want you to do that. He goes, I want you to audition. If you don't make it, you don't make it. But he goes, if you do, he goes, you know, that might be a really cool thing. I'm like, yeah, I'd get voted off first, right? Okay, what's your favorite song? What kind of bands do you like? Okay, so let me just go in here. I will read you my iTunes of what I have downloaded in the last couple days, okay? Donna by Richie Valens, Perfect and the Remix by Ed Sheeran, The Sign by Ace of Base, I Saw the Sign. I like remember old songs and then I download them. For example, Now That We Found Love by Heavy D and the Boys. I'm really into the New Pornographers. They're fantastic. Blondie, Atomic, California Dreamin', which is a remix. I have a bunch of remixes on here. I love the Youth remix by Troye Sivan. Heads Will Roll, Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. What else do I have on here that would surprise you guys? Probably. Dierks Bentley. Let's see. Guns N' Roses. Nora En Pure is my absolute favorite DJ of life. I have her everything downloaded. Janis Joplin, Billy Currington, who's country. Brad Paisley. The soundtrack to Waitress. Dixie Chicks, Donna Summer, the soundtrack to Xanadu, and the Never Ending Story remix, because that was in Stranger Things. So that's my music for right now. Oh, I went out of my questions. Damn it, Janet. Okay. People think it's funny when I say that. All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm actually getting through quite a few of these. Jill said, can we be friends? Well, of course, Jill. We could be good Judies. Okay, let's see. Oh my God. Oh man. Okay, let's see. What did you do for work after you received your master's degree? After I received my master's degree is in social work. I worked in a treatment facility and I was the residential counselor. And for the year right after I got my master's degree, I was kind of like the liaison between the treatment facility and the Department of Corrections. And I would go into the Department of Corrections and I would do evaluations and assessments on people that, like, whether or not they were appropriate for treatment. Who is your greatest living inspiration? Oh, what a great question. My greatest living inspiration. You know, I know this is gonna really sound trite, but I am a huge Oprah fan, and I know people know it, right? But one of the things I love about Oprah is not that she comes across as so wise or whatever, but that she is able to remain teachable. And when she talks about her aha moments, or she talks about, like, I never looked at forgiveness that way, or, you know, when you watch her videos about gratitude, and she really realizes that gratitude is an action and things like that, you know, it's like, she is just such a cool person, and I think that's why, for me, she's such a huge inspiration. It's not because of all the wisdom she spews or all this kind of stuff. It's because she remains teachable. And that's for anybody in this world, that if they remain teachable, I can forever look up to them, because then that means I have the ability to remain teachable. Once we stop allowing ourselves to grow, once we don't think there's no new lessons for us to grow, we've kind of stopped living, I think, you know? Most money you've ever won at the casino? Shoot. I mean, I've hit a couple jackpots. I think the largest jackpot I ever hit was like for $3,500, $3,400, something like that. If you ever win a jackpot, make sure you have them take out federal taxes. I will just say that. When are you doing the Aphrodite video? Okay, he's going to be in San Diego for TwitchCon, and so we're trying to meet up. We have like certain days that he's free and certain days that I'm free, so we're hoping that it'll work. So we'll see. Okay, why don't you and Alex wear wedding bands? Alex wears his wedding band, his engagement and wedding band. I don't wear it because I'm too fat. And here's the thing, our rings are from Tiffany's, and they told us that if we got them sized, specifically the engagement ring, the band I could get sized. If I get the engagement ring sized, we can't get it sized back if I lost weight. And y'all know I've been on a diet forever. I should just get the thing sized. It's not like I'm ever gonna lose any weight, so. Okay, I don't play any video games. Somebody asked me if I play video games. What is your advice for a student starting a Master of Social Work program? You know, let me tell you something about when I went in and I got my Master's in Social Work. So my undergraduate degree is in English, Creative Writing, and Film Studies. And when I went in to get my degree in Social Work, it was because I had gotten sober and I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to be an addictions counselor. I wanted to go in and do the same thing that so many people had done for me. So I went into the master's program. I had literally no knowledge of the background of social work whatsoever. Many of the people that I was in school with came from a bachelor's in social work degree. So they went like right into it, but I didn't have that. I didn't have it at all. So I literally sat in these classes, you guys, and I did okay, so if you've heard me on my vlog, I did horrible in undergrad. The last year after I got sober, I did okay, but I did horrible in undergrad, and then in graduate school, my grades were fantastic. And I just was so, and I'm not saying pat on my back, I think it was because I just was so like intrigued by all of it. I sat there and anything that they would talk about, you know, I just would be like, oh my God, this is so interesting to me. And I still to this day remember so many of the books that we read, so many of the things that we talked about, and you know, I still look at the world very much from that point of view. And I think that's it. I think anything that you go into it with excitement and remain teachable, like I always say, you know. Okay. Will you and Alex ever travel to Hawaii? That's actually one of his bucket list places. So we probably at some point, it's very expensive. Are you still doing Optavia? I am not currently doing Optavia, but my next order comes in 3 weeks, two and a half weeks. I have stuff in the closet. When we get back from San Diego, I am back on the Optavia. And if I don't, then y'all can make hate videos about it because I have to stick to it. I have to. Okay, how is PP doing? PP is doing good. You know, like, it's sad because when I went initially to go see the vet, when he was diagnosed with heart disease, the vet said she would like to see him make it to 13 and a half. 13 and a half is this October. When I went in to see her later, this is kind of a joke between me and the vet. We have one of the most fantastic vets in the entire world, and she has been so awesome and taking my calls on the weekends and in weird hours. And at 6 months, I took him in for his checkup, and she said, I really didn't think he was going to make it. And I said, you said 13 and a half, or I don't know when the checkup was. But anyway, I said, you said 13 and a half. She goes, oh, did I say that? She goes, I think it was a year checkup. She said, I didn't think he would make it past 6 months. I said, you lied to me. She goes, you were so emotional that day. Because when she told me, I started crying. And she's like, Peter, you know that dogs aren't going to make it forever. And I said, what? I said, you could tell me he was going to die at 45 and I would still be a mess right now, you know? So he's doing good. And we've also found out recently that he has a kidney disease. He's on 4 different kinds of medication. The little guy just keeps on going. He runs around the yard. He plays with his brothers. He naps. He coughs a few times during the day now. That always makes me a little bit worried. It's really taught me in a way, you know, from every sickness or passing that I've had in my life of somebody, I try to take a learning experience with it, you know, and I've learned through my mom, my uncle, my aunt, the fragility and the shortness of life. You know, with PP, what I've learned is I gotta enjoy every single day that I'm given. Not just with him, not just with Boo, not just with Tucker, but with my husband, with my best friend, you know, with her husband and family, with my sponsor, with my friends in sobriety, you know, that I've got to take each specific day and really make the most out of it and really enjoy it. So that, I mean, I've learned that through this. It makes me sad as hell. But he's doing really well given the conditions. They're actually, when we go in there, I just went and bought him some food. And they were like, how's he doing? I was like, he's doing great. And they're like, they're surprised that he's doing so well. He's a trooper. PP's a trooper. So he's at the hotel while we're going to San Diego. My best friend owns a kennel. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Now, y'all know I check in like 4 times a day. So, do you think Tana and Jake will have a dramatic divorce for views? Well, they're not even really married. I don't know what they're going to do with that thing. I have no idea. I'll cover it if it comes up. What's the funniest thing you've ever experienced with Tanya? Oh my God, the funniest thing I've ever experienced with Tanya. It's just stupid stuff, you guys. Like, one night, Tanya and I, okay, so we used to like have a big group of people that we like all hung out with in sobriety. Well, a few of them have gone back out and started using again. A few have passed away and a few have moved. So it's just basically Tanya and I now, and our sponsor, and you know, a couple other people, but we don't hang out the way that we used to. And after meetings, we used to always hang out on Tanya's patio. And so one night we were sitting out there, and Tanya had bought this game called Headbands that she had seen on the Ellen show. Okay, so Headbands is where you have this card, you wear this headband, and then you put this card in it, and then you have to guess what it is. The other person has to, like, if you're reading my card, you have to like explain. It's like charades, right? But it's a game that's supposed to be played. My legs are killing me, I'm sorry. But it's a game that you're supposed to play with more than maybe just 2 people, okay? And so we're sitting out there, and we got laughing. She goes, we are such losers. She's like, it is just the 2 of us at this point. We have literally lost everybody. It's just the 2 of us playing this stupid game that doesn't even make any sense because it's just the 2 of us. We got laughing so hard off of that. Tony and I just laugh about the stupidest stuff anyway. What's your most memorable experience with Alex? My most memorable experience with Alex is definitely the week that we got married, but I really have to say the day after we got married, and all of our friends were still there, and they went to one pool at the Cosmopolitan, and we went to another one so we could kind of have a day to ourselves. And that day, I don't know, was just so magical. Like, we talked about, like, does it feel different to you? Because, you know, we got married. Our wedding was before marriage equality had been passed. We got married legally then, too, but so our wedding was before that. And so it was really a commitment ceremony. And, you know, Alex said to me, he goes, does it feel any different to you now that we're married? I was like, yeah, it did. It felt like we were so bonded. And it was just like this really magical day. I also love traveling with my husband. I love going on trips with him. But like being on the plane together and like, you know, talking about, well, do you have this movie? I have this movie. Do you want to watch this movie? All that kind of stuff. You know, it's just really fun. How did your parents meet? My parents met, if you've heard my vlogs, my mom's sorority sister, her name is Susie. My parents, who's still a very big part of my life, my parents met because my dad was really good friends with my Aunt Susie, who was my mom's sorority sister, and so Susie introduced my mom and dad together. Okay. Will you ever do a meet and greet? I will at some point. You guys, I know it's hard to believe, but I have hardcore social anxiety. So, it's hard for me to imagine putting myself in that situation. Okay. Are you passing out candy for Halloween this year? Nobody comes to our neighborhood. We always go over to Melissa and Jason's and they pass out Halloween. My cousin used to have Halloween parties, but she doesn't do that anymore. Okay, let me go through some of these and see, how are you? Let's see. I still literally, you guys, have like 6 pages of questions. Any tips for dating when in sobriety? Don't do it for your first year. Take that first year and focus just on yourself. You deserve it. And really in that first year, you don't really have a whole lot to give to anybody else. I mean, I know that that sounds horrible, but that's what I was told. And I did not take that piece of advice, and I'm glad that I'm here today to share that with you because it could have killed me. But I made it through, and I'm still here today, and my battery is dying, so I'm gonna try to quit this down. Let's see. What's your opinion on Trisha Paytas right now? And and I love you and you're amazing. I don't really have any opinion on Trisha Paytas. I wish her all the best. I know that she has her issues with me. I stand firmly by what I said in my video. I take addiction extremely seriously. I'm sorry that it upset her, and maybe someday she'll see the other side of that and we'll talk again. I don't know. It is what it is. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. It makes me really, really sad, you know, like, I made tons of videos defending Trisha, and I think she knows how much I love her, and I want only the best for her, and that's what I said. You know, that's what I feel, and that's, you know, I hope maybe one day we can talk again. I don't know, you know. I don't hold out for that. I'll say that. I don't hold out for that, you know. Okay, let me take one more before my camera dies. Let's see. Who would play you in a movie about your life, and who would play Alex? I don't know who would play me. I get so many people that say, like, this person looks like you. It's never anybody that I like. It's like Zach Galifianakis. I get that all the time. So I don't know. Maybe Zach Galifianakis would play me, and then Mauricio, Kyle's husband on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, would play Alex, because everybody says that he reminds them of Mauricio. I don't know, maybe. Okay, let's see. Don't die. Can we be good Judies? Yes, we can be good Judies. Okay, anybody, food you miss most being a vegetarian. You know what is really funny? I will end this, okay? I've been a vegetarian for over 2 years now. I don't really miss it. Like, something happened around the 2-year mark, and I really committed to this thing. It was like, I questioned, like, do you still want to be a vegetarian? And I was like, yeah, like, I really want to be a vegetarian, you know? And I don't really miss anything. And today, you know, there's so many meat substitutes with the Impossible Burger and all this that I don't really miss anything anymore. I love being a vegetarian. I'm a proud vegetarian today. And, you know, I don't throw it into people's faces. They do what they want, and I'm okay with that. Restaurants have so many options for me today, and so I don't know, it's a new day, and I feel great about being a vegetarian. You know, other than my sobriety and YouTube and things like that, it's one of the things I've stuck to for a while, and I love trying to find new ways to be a vegetarian in the world, you know. And in Indiana, it is still tough. I know in other places it's easier to be a vegetarian, but I love being a vegetarian. I don't really miss it a whole lot, you know. I miss like being able just to drive through and get something easy, but I think that's changing. So, and I shouldn't be eating that much fast food anyway, you know what I mean? All right, you guys, I'm gonna get off here. I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.